Hello, this is Chetana. I'm an architect by profession and my company is called Brahmarshi Consultants. I'm in this profession for the last 20 years. Today we'll be speaking about how a personality should be and what we should do to keep our personality strong. Now, to keep your personality strong, we also need to take some measures. All talk and no action will not yield any results. We all need to understand that we are living in a highly VUCA world. Now you must be wondering, what is a VUCA world? A VUCA world is where V stands for volatility, U stands for unbelievable, C stands for confusing, and A stands for ambiguity. Now why are we saying this is VUCA world? This is an era where there is so much of digitalization, so much of information, that we are volatile. Volatility is something where, you're not stable. You're constantly on the move. There is a lot of indefiniteness that is happening. It's unbelievable because you don't know what to believe, you don't know what not to believe. Confusing? Yes, definitely we are confused. You don't know what is right and what is wrong. Ambiguity. There is no clarity. If you look at this present situation of the pandemic, you have so many different theories coming up. We're not sure which is right, which is wrong. But by and large, we go by the popular theory. So that is where we are living, the VUCA world. In such a situation, what is it that we should do to see that we engineer our personality, we keep our personality strong? Naturally, by the influence of your genes, by the influence of your upbringing, your family background, your social circle, you form a personality which may be good, which may be bad. But a personality is the one which should be acceptable to everybody, acceptable to your own self. For this, you will have to closely watch your own self. Am I doing right? Am I reacting right? Am I being good? Am I doing something which will not harm the others? So this is a process of self-interrogation. The path to engineering your personality starts with self-interrogation. Do some introspection. Look into your own self. Some of us do this at the end of the day, before we go to bed. We think of all the events that happened throughout the day with us. How we started our day, what happened during the day, whether you were upset, whether you were good, or you had a tiring day. And then when we start thinking back, few of us realize that, oh, probably I made a mistake here. I shouldn't have done it. Yes, that is where the correction begins. When you realize that, yes, you shouldn't have done that, you should have done it in a better way, then you've realized that you made a mistake and you should correct it. So you've taken the first step. When you start introspecting, when you start self-questioning yourself and you understand that there was a small error that you made, there was a small mistake that you made which could have been bettered, that is when you should start taking corrective measures to change that particular aspect. So the first step to engineering your personality has begun. Then what do you do? Okay, you self-introspected, you realized it was wrong, you thought it should be better. There are situations where it may not be an error, it may not be a mistake, but then you could have been better. So once you understand this, when you realize this, what should be your next step? The next step is how to better it. Even before you think of how to better it, the first question you should ask yourself, why are you trying to better this? Why are you trying to make the correction? Because you need to convince yourself somewhere that yes, I am doing this because I felt wrong. Just feeling is not enough. We are living in a world supported by data. So you need to support your thought also that yes, why do I think I should correct this? Now when you get the answer to your why, then you start seeking your how. Yes, how do I better this? And you will start probably making a strategy to make a correction to that. Now personality cannot be engineered only for one trait. It could be a correction in various areas. Sometimes it could be your behavior, sometimes it could be your thought, sometimes it could just be a reaction, sometimes it could be an emotional outburst. So which are the areas we have to better ourselves? My dear friends, sometimes, some people don't talk. Then we say, oh come on, how can you be there without talking? But believe me friends, it takes a lot of courage to keep our mouths shut when we are not required to talk. More than talking, sometimes it takes a lot of courage to keep quiet. Because you know that one wrong word, one wrong statement could actually trigger a very, very unpleasant situation. So this is also a personality trait. When not to react, when to react, and if you react, how to react. That also is an important aspect. Whether to react or not to react is a very important question. But sometimes our reactions are not in our hands. They become very spontaneous. And once you've given that reaction, you're not even sure whether it was right or wrong. So you should also be in a position to see that you can control the situation which has arisen out of your reaction. Sometimes you have to be proactive and sometimes you just have to be neutral. Again, this boils down to how you are as a person. Because if you are strong enough, if you have proper conviction or self-belief, you will understand where you need to be proactive and where you need to be quiet. It's also a very important aspect. When it comes to displaying your emotions, here also you need to be a lot more careful whom you are displaying your emotion to, where you are displaying your emotion to. Because not everybody is your friend. Not everybody is your well-wisher. So when you express your emotions, you are actually giving out a part of you. You are sharing a part of you to somebody. And in turn, what are you doing? Some may sympathize with you. Some may try to exploit you. And some may just write you off and look down upon you. But the most dangerous thing, when somebody knows that you are vulnerable, they will exploit you. So this is a key point which we should always remember. When and where to display your emotions. If you have a strong personality, why I talk of emotion here? If you have a strong personality, you will know where to display your emotion and where not to display your emotion. We always say, oh come on, that person is like an open book. But no, my dear friends, nobody is an open book. There is some part of it which is silently tucked away in some corner of your heart which nobody can see except for you. You're smiling, you're grinning, you're blushing, but probably you're crying at the bottom of your heart. This is quite possible. It is seen in many situations. And it is said, the people who seem happy on top of the surface, who seem happy on top, are the ones who are grieving inside. Somebody must have really studied human psychology and come out with the statement. And it is definitely true. After seeing all this, what are the steps we need to take to see that we engineer our personality in a positive direction, in a strong and unflinched manner? I would say it's very simple. Just a few points. If you concentrate on them, you would definitely be what you think you should be. First one is be yourself. Be what you are. Do not try and imitate somebody else. Do not try and do something that pleases the others. Why should you do it? You are you. God has made you unique. God has created the way you should be. So let's celebrate ourselves. Let's be what we are. If I am short, yes, I am short. God has made me short. I didn't grow tall. But then, I am beautiful in my own way. You may be tall. You are beautiful in your own way. Who are we to keep judging the others? So it's better that you be your original self. Do not get lost under those multiple masks which the society puts upon you. Do not try and start pleasing everybody. Oh, come on, I should go there because they like me dressed like this. They like to see me like this. Now, who are they? How do you like to see yourself? Stand in front of the mirror and decide what you want to look like, what you want to feel like, what makes you happy, and what makes you feel good. That's very important. Next, believe in yourself. Yes, my dear friends, this is very, very important. Unless otherwise, you believe in yourself. You believe that, yes, I have it in me. I can do it. You will never be able to do it. Because people will put you down. That is what they want. They want to see you fail. They want to see you fail miserably. But why do you make them triumph? Why do you make them feel that, yes, they won by letting you down? If you believe in yourself, do it. Maybe today you may not be confident to do what you thought you could do, but keep trying. You can always better it. You can always master it. And you can always do it. Because there is nothing more than self-belief. Nobody needs to tell you what you are. Nobody needs to tell you whether you are right or wrong. You yourself can decide. Yes, at times, you need somebody to give you that extra push to tell you that yes, you are strong enough. But not always, because motivation is something which is intrinsic. It has to come from within. It has to come from inside. Happiness is also like that. It has to come from within. If I am not feeling good from inside, how will I look good outside? If I am not a good person from inside, my soul is not pure, I am not good, how will it show on my face? Because we say face is the index of your mind. So your face shows what you're going through. Whatever your thought process is, your face will reflect. Yeah, very few can mask it also. You cannot make out what they're going through, but not always. So believe in yourself. Next, empathize. Be empathetic. There is a little difference here, my dear friends. People get confused between sympathy and empathy. What is empathy? Empathy is being in somebody else's shoes and understanding what they are going through. You know, when somebody is working hard, you just say, oh, come on, they're working hard, and you just go. It could be your employee. It could be your mom at home. It could be a sister. But what have you done to reduce their burden? At least not physically doing it, but at least a word of encouragement, a word of appreciation. That is when you start empathizing. That is when you start feeling the pain. That is when you start feeling the happiness. That is when you start feeling the emotion of the person. So it's very, very important that you empathize with people. I don't want people to sympathize. By sympathizing with people, you are breaking their confidence. Do not do that. Empathize with them. Tell them I am with you. Tell them that yes, I can understand. That one small statement, I can understand, can do wonders for you. When you go home, your mom or your wife or your husband or whosoever is at home, when they open the door with a smile, whatever irritation you have, at least for that one moment you feel good that somebody has opened the door with a smile. But suppose they also open that door for you with that irritation, then just think how you feel. It's the same way with everybody. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Sometimes you see it, sometimes you don't. But the reaction and action are always there. They will always happen. Next, be positive. Why be positive? There is so much of negativity around you. You might ask, in such a negative world, how can we be positive? Yes, you can be positive. You know, we all see our elders at home telling, okay, whatever has happened for your good, even if something is grossly wrong. You know, we all watched that movie 3 Idiots, where he keeps saying, all is well. Why are we saying this all is well? Or why are we saying, haan, sab theek ho jayega, everything will be good? Because somewhere you're trying to tell yourself that, okay, this has happened. But what next? Let me see the brighter side of it. Because what negative thing had to happen has already happened. It was beyond your control. But to stay positive, to look at it in a positive manner, in a constructive manner, is something which is in your control. What happens or what situation comes up is never in your control. But your emotion, your reaction to it is totally under your control. So be positive. Otherwise, you will start losing hope. You will start getting carried away. And every day, you would not get up hoping to do something good the next day. Next thing I say is, do not compare yourself. Let not there be a comparison. Oh, she's beautiful, or he's good looking, she's handsome, or he's super successful. Why are you comparing yourself to somebody else? When you believe in yourself, you will never compare yourself to anybody. Because you need to fix up a goal for your own self. Fix up a target for your own self. You should not say, oh, come on, he has a Merc, so I will buy a Merc. Why? Okay, he has a Merc, you buy an Audi. Who's stopping you? But somebody else's success or somebody else's wealth should not be a point of comparison for you. Because what you want to do should be totally your goal, your ambition, your aspiration. Only then you would work towards it. Only then you will work hard and you will enjoy the fruits of your success. When there is constant comparison, you will always be let down. Because whenever you compare, how do you compare? It is human nature. You will always compare yourself to somebody who has more than you. But for once, compare yourself to somebody who has very less than you, who is very less fortunate than you. And then you will realize what a blessing life is for you. When it is chill cold in the night, we happily wrap ourselves in blankets and sleep, warm sweaters and sleep. Have you ever thought, just go around 1 o'clock in the night. In our very own city of Hyderabad, you will find lot of rag pickers, lot of shelterless people. They'll be sleeping on those gunny bags. They'll be covering themselves in whatever little piece of clothing or polythene they get. In that shivering, chill, cold night, they are still sleeping. They're still surviving in the hope that tomorrow is a good day. And what are we doing? We have a blanket, we have a beautiful house, we have a comfortable bed. But then where will you go and compare yourself? To somebody who has a huge house, whose bedroom is about 600 square feet, who has a swimming pool, and don't know what not. So that's the difference, my dear friends. When you start comparing yourself, you always let yourself down. Because you always feel, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that, I should get this, I should get that. So what is it leading to? It is leading to a rat race, a never-ending marathon, which you are running all by yourself. Nobody has asked you to run this marathon. You are running it by yourself. So that is when, if you fail or if you don't get what you want, you start feeling dejected. Never fear failure. This is another important point. Why fear failure? To succeed or not to succeed. Instead of saying, oh, if I do this, I might fail. Have you ever questioned yourself? Just change the word and say, okay, I guess I will succeed. I may succeed or I may not succeed. Instead of saying, oh, I may fail. See the difference. When a small child starts taking the baby steps, the child falls and again gets up. The mother stands at a distance and starts guiding the child to walk. You know why? Because the mother is actually instilling the confidence in the child and telling the child, walk, I'm here to hold you. So what does the child do? Knowing that the mother is there to hold my hand, it starts walking. So why fear failure? Let's fail, because you will then analyze where you failed and you will start moving towards taking steps to succeed. You will see where your success is lying. You will start scripting a success story. So never fear failure. Next, be accessible to people. Be good. Be nice. Do not become inaccessible to people. Do not behave as though you are something above all. No, you are one amongst the others. You may have something which they do not have, but you are also human after all. So please keep your manners. Please try to be a person that you are. Always be grounded. Do not forget your roots. Success is a part of your journey. But then the ultimate destination is to be a good human being. Our ultimate destination is not to just be known as a super successful human being, but to be known as a good human being. If you want to leave your footprints after you leave this world, then have a personality that people look up to. Have a personality which people feel that yes, I should be like this. This is the person I always look up to. This is how I should be. Thank you, my dear friends. Hope these tips will help us engineering our personality in the right way. And other aspects, I think a lot of self-introspection will help you engineer the personality you want to develop for yourself. Thank you once again.